y'all. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Muscle Mommy podcast. Sorry if I sound a little odd today. I got a dental block done yesterday and my face is a little bit sore, but I will do my best to make this comprehensive and interesting. I'm thinking that Thursdays moving forward will be the official day where I release new episodes of the podcast. I know today's Friday, but as of right now, Thursday is the plan next week. I've got a fun topic today for you guys. It will be hopefully shorter than last week's story time episode for sure. I think we ran about 45 minutes last week, trying to cut that at least in half. But we're going to talk about the reasons why your glutes won't grow. Ladies, this will mainly be for you because I know that the big booties are in and all the girls in the gym trying to grow that booty, build that peach, and some people just aren't seeing the results. But guys, the same principles apply to you if you happen to be here still. These reasons are based on my experience as a strength athlete, somebody who has to have really strong legs, really strong glutes, quads, hamstrings, and then just my experience working with other personal trainers and professionals in the industry. First things first, though, just a few quick updates. My next fitness series video will be released this weekend. It should be fun, if not at least entertaining, or at least I'm hoping it will be. I'm going to test my maxes on weights for bodybuilding movements. So chest press, shoulder press, rows, basically things that I don't do very often as an Olympic weightlifter, but pro bodybuilders do in almost every session. I don't do these movements a lot, but I also have no idea what kind of weights that I can lift in these movements. So it should be fun, should be interesting. I will be mic'd up, so hopefully it'll be entertaining at least. Maybe I'll say something funny. Maybe I'll develop a personality. I don't know. But that should be releasing Saturday or Sunday this week if I have my shit together. Baking Sunday videos hopefully will be returning either this week or next week if I'm able to figure out a kitchen situation. I've not been able to bake in the living situation that I've been in for the last few weeks. So hopefully we get that figured out. And then as far as shorts or short form videos, I'll probably be releasing a what I eat in a day video. I'm on a lean cut right now, so I am trying to burn fat while maintaining muscle mass. So I'll let you guys know kind of what I eat as a strength athlete in that process. All right, let's get down to business. If you're a woman, odds are that if you're in the gym, you do a lot of glute focused movement. In my experience, most women prefer to work out the lower body and do less upper body, which I get. I love me a good leg day. Big booties are in right now. Trust me. I know the feeling. And also, as a woman, we have much stronger lower bodies than upper bodies. I sometimes am very humbled on upper body day, and sometimes I get the urge to just train legs every day if I'm doing all of my accessory stuff. But most people go about growing their glutes and building the legs wrong. So we are going to go over some of the top reasons why your peach might not be popping right now. And you can take that into consideration, look at your workout routine, see if you've got any of these habits going on, and hopefully fix them. And then you'll see some results fairly shortly afterward. But we'll dive right in. So number 1, you may not be eating enough. For someone trying to get lean or get toned or lose weight, this is not something that you might want to hear, but muscle growth is linked directly to what you put into your body. The process of working out breaks down your muscle. This is the SparkNote version of this process, by the way, so do not quote me on it. It's very, very dumbed down. So the body works to repair your muscles after they're broken down, stronger and larger than before. In order to see those results, in order for your body to complete this process efficiently, you need to be eating quality food. Protein is your best friend. Protein is an essential building block for muscle. If you don't eat protein, you will have very little or slow growth results. Carbs are your best friend. I'm not lying. I promise. Don't be listening to the skinny fitness guru who says that she does not eat carbs and still builds muscle and everything's perfect, because that's a fucking lie. Carbs, specifically complex carbs, are one of the best things that you can eat to improve muscle growth and energy. Carbs, any kind of carb that you take into your body, is essentially broken down into glucose. And glucose is the primary energy source almost for a lot of the bodily functions that we go through. Um, so, no carbs, no energy, no muscle. It's kind of that simple. And there's a little bit of, a fine line between eating too much carb, too much like food, and too little carbs to where you don't have a lot of energy. But if you want more specific information for what your goals are in particular personally, then talk to a nutritionist, talk to a personal trainer. A nutritionist will be able to give you kind of your own plan that's catered towards your goals, and they can go off of what you're trying to do and give you a good plan for that. But carbs are not your enemy, and that's one of the biggest misconceptions especially on social media. Everybody's like, oh, I don't eat carbohydrates, carbs are bad for you. It's wrong. Eat your carbs, otherwise you'll be fucking tired all of the time. So examples of food that you should be eating that will help you grow your glutes and basically all of the other muscles too. Like this, I'm talking about glutes just because, everybody likes glutes right now, but this applies honestly to any muscle group in the body. But you should be eating chicken, you should be eating fish, rice, potatoes, veggies, fruits, whey protein, plant protein supplements. Those are some prime examples of quality food that will fuel your workouts and your recovery. In strength training, or if you are trying to grow or bulk, you should be averaging 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. I'm about 150 pounds, so I eat 150 grams of protein every day. I guarantee that if you are hungry all of the time and you're minimally eating in order to try to lean out, but you also are expecting to see muscle gains, you will be disappointed. It's that simple. It's all a learning process. We all go through trial and error, but quality food is something that is so essential to building muscle and strength. And whether your goals are aesthetic based or performance based, that's not something that you can get around. All right, moving on to number 2, you are not lifting enough. One of the biggest misconceptions, especially for, I feel like, females or women starting out on their fitness journey, is that cardio will solve all of your problems. I promise you that it will not. Cardio will not build you the booty of your dreams. It will not make you toned. It will burn calories and it may help you lose weight, but it will not build muscle. To build muscle, you will have to lift weights, and you will have to lift heavy weights. None of that 5-pound dumbbell bullshit that I see in a lot of these commercial gyms when I go in to do my accessories. Big weights make big muscles. First of all, the 5-pound dumbbells, like most people, you should be able to do, 8-10 pounds bicep curls. Like it should, theoretically, most people have that strength ability without a lot of training. You have to be pushing yourself. Lifting the same light weight over and over again for weeks and weeks and weeks on end will not get you to where you want to go. 2 words: progressive overload. As soon as your reps get easy and your weight does not feel heavy, that means that it's time to grab heavier dumbbells or throw more weight on your bar or add some form of resistance. If you're doing, body weight movements, add in some bands or add in dumbbells. Like, you've got to be building to higher intensity because your body will adapt to the movements that you are doing eventually. And if you don't switch it up, you're going to hit a plateau. So lift the heavy weights. And girls, if you're worried about getting bulky, do you know how hard you have to work in order to build muscle and get bulky? You are not going to automatically turn into Arnold Schwarzenegger if you pick up some dumbbells. I promise. I've been lifting for 8 years and I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger. That would be pretty cool though. I mean, he is rich and he's got a lot of muscle, but not Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, the gym is one of those places where you get exactly what you put into it. If you give it your all, you will love your results. If you coast and you don't push your limits, your results will reflect that too. It's kind of the same kind of mindset when it comes to academics. You've got to apply yourself in order to get good results. So please go lift some weights. If you want to build muscle, you got to lift the weights. Cardio is not going to solve all your problems. And don't be afraid of the heavy weights. Please. I need more friends in the barbell section of the gym. I know it can be intimidating, but I promise it's fun and it's so worth it. Moving on to number 3. You may be doing the same exercises every time you train legs. Girl, I get it. You see someone on Instagram doing heavy hip thrusts and they have the perfect body, the perfect butt. So you do heavy hip thrusts and you do it every workout because you think that maybe that will give you the same results. It will not. Over time, your body will adjust to those movements the same way it will adjust to, whatever kind of cardio you're training. Variation is key. If you do hip thrusts, leg press, and lunges one day, the next time you come in to train legs, do something completely different. Do adductor sets on a machine, Bulgarian lunges, hamstring curls. If you do the same exercise the second time you come in that week, increase your sets or your reps or the weight that next time that you do it. Keep those muscles working hard. The glutes are a complex group of muscles, and in order for them to grow, you should be working all parts of them. So you've got like the glute maximus, gluteus medius, glute minor, and so on. And don't neglect the other muscle groups in your legs. I know that as far as beauty standards go, the perfect butt is kind of coveted right now, but you should be training all parts of your legs. So your quads, your hamstrings, your calves. You don't want to develop muscle imbalances that can lead to looking disproportionate, and it can lead to injury down the line, because if you're only working one muscle group, those other ones will be weak and potentially dangerous if you try to do a movement and you haven't been training those muscles. I can't speak today. I'm sorry, guys. My face hurts. I don't know why my face hurts. But in that same vein, you should also be doing compound movements. So your squat, your deadlift, your bench press, preferably with a barbell or dumbbells. You can do them body weight. You can't really do a deadlift body weight. You can do an RDL and just lengthen those hamstrings, but you should be doing those with weights. And don't do it with your 5-pound dumbbells, please. So, and don't do your quarter squats either. You gotta hit depth. We gotta be better. We gotta be better in the gym. We gotta make sure our squats are perfect. Compound movements are the best way to train multiple muscle groups at one time. So your squat, for example, you'll get your glutes, you'll get your quads, depending on your stance. You may get a little hamstring in there too. Do your isolated movements in your machines. And through any movement that you do, make sure that your muscle that you're working is engaged. If it's a glute-based movement, make sure you're squeezing and contracting those glutes throughout that movement. If they are properly engaged, you will see and feel your results much faster than if they are not. Moving on to number 4, you could be overtraining. If you train legs every day of the week, odds are your muscles are not recovering properly. I'm very familiar with this because as an Olympic weightlifter, typically we do something that involves training legs almost every day, and oftentimes I'm really fucking tired or my legs are sore all of the time. But you do not need to hit your glutes every day that you go into the gym in order for them to get strong. In fact, It is more effective if you allow them time to recover. That's why rest days are so important. If you are constantly breaking a muscle down, it won't have time to recover and grow. Training legs, twice a week, for elite athletes, it can be different because, as I said, like I train a lot of legs, but if you're just in the gym doing bodybuilding stuff, training legs twice a week is plenty, even once a week, so long as you're doing adequate work during those training sessions. Overtraining a single muscle group will also lead to an increase of injury or long-term muscle imbalances, kind of like what we talked about before. The same would be said for upper body too. You don't want to be training your chest only. You want to hit your back. You want to hit your shoulders. Otherwise, your rotator cuffs will be absolutely fucked. You'll have some severe shoulder impingement going on. So just when you're in the gym, when you're making your workout program, or if you're working with a personal trainer, just remember that rest is just important as the work. And if you're lifting every day and you're not seeing the results, it's a possibility that you are a victim of overtraining. And I know I am. I overtrain a lot. I need to stop. I need to not go to the gym twice a day. But moving on to our last reason, number 5. You may not have been training long enough. Muscle growth takes time, just like anything in the fitness world. You're not going to see changes overnight, as nice as that would be. You won't do 4 sets of hip thrusts, go to sleep that night, and wake up with a dump truck of an ass. That's just not how it works. And the same way it takes weeks to see results in weight loss, it takes weeks to see visible results in muscle growth. You may feel your results before you actually see them. You're going to feel yourself getting stronger. You're going to feel tighter through, a movement that you're doing. But try not to get discouraged if you're not seeing it right away. So if you don't have, perfect glutes after 2 or 3 weeks of lifting, that's definitely not long enough. I mean, I've been training for 8 years and I still feel like I have improvement to make. But no one can get results that fast unless, you get a BBL, which I don't recommend, by the way. You don't need one. You only need some good old-fashioned squats, a good old-fashioned barbell, and some good old-fashioned hard work. Genetics play a huge role in this as well. Some people have the luck of the draw and develop muscle much faster than others. I feel like I'm somebody who develops strength faster than muscle definition. So I often, sometimes I see these other girls who are more ripped than me, but I'm stronger, and I'm like, why don't I look like that? Genetics play a big role in this. And that's not something that you can change, and it takes a while to just be accepting of, okay, this is how my body works. This is the process that it goes through, and I love it. And I love that it allows me to do all of this fun stuff in the gym. But give it time, dedicate yourself to the process, and I promise you that you will get out of it what you put in it. If you put in the hard work, if you are patient and you wait long enough to see the results and not quit, you will get exactly what you put in, and you will be happy with your results. So that makes up our 5 reasons, our 5 kind of top reasons, just why you may not have the perfect booty of your dreams yet. And like I said, this was framed as a glute-focused discussion, but it applies to basically any muscle group. Like you can apply any of these reasons to your chest, your back, your shoulders, whatever, your quads. But primarily when I'm in the gym, I get questions from other girls in there. Oh, how did you grow your glutes, or what are your glute exercises that you do? So that's why I chose specifically glute topics. I get it. Thick is apparently in right now. And so a lot of these girls that come up to me in the gym and they ask me this, I get it. I do. But it's all about just building a strong body and being healthy. Like, you're gonna look like what you're gonna look like regardless. Like I said, genetics plays a huge role in everything. Like, for somebody it may be super easy to grow muscle and get results and, lose weight faster than somebody else who may not have a whole lot of muscle definition. They may be strong as fuck, but they might not be super ripped, and that's totally fine. But if you're thinking, oh, maybe I'm doing something wrong, examine your training process, find a problem and fix it, and see where that gets you. If you work hard, if you do your heavy squats, odds are the booty will come with it. Heavy lifting is gonna grow muscle. Like, if you lift a lot of weight, you're gonna grow muscle, and if you do heavy squats, your glutes have to grow. But do it correctly and do it well, and allow your body the proper time to recover. That's all I'm going to say on that. So that about covers it for today. We did hit right around halfway of last week's episode. We're at about 20 minutes. I hope that this helps you if you are in the process of trying to build, your dream body. And if not, I hope that you at least found this a little bit interesting or a little bit entertaining. Next week, I'm planning to do kind of more of a fun comedic segment. I love the subreddit category of Am I the Asshole? And I want to find stories that specifically relate to the fitness industry or the gym in that subreddit. So if you've seen any fun stories from that subreddit category, send them my way. I'll be looking for them on my own, and then we'll read those stories and we'll just discuss, is this person the asshole or are they not? If you haven't already, please subscribe. I appreciate any support. I'm still a very small channel, and I really, really appreciate anybody who's watched this all the way to the end. And I hope you continue to follow me as I grow myself in the fitness industry and also help all of you grow as well. But until next week, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time.